Welcome back to a Cyberpunk 2077 video. Now I just wanted to talk about a few things and what's to come with Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed 4 times. Fans have been furious, fans have been upset, fans have been asking questions, as in why has Cyberpunk been delayed 4 times? Now, delays for games are nothing new to when it comes to us gamers, but 4 times, that's similar to something Rockstar Games would do. But yeah, we have information, guys, and there is valid evidence that there will be no more delays for Cyberpunk 2077. So just from this image here, guys, Cyberpunk ad in Times Square, it cost $2.5 million to project an ad there for 4 weeks. So as you can see here in Times Square, Cyberpunk is advertised to release on the 10th of December. So if a gaming company is going to be spending $2.5 million just on advertising their game, there's no way they are going to be delaying that game any further, which is great for us. There's also an advertisement here on a bus. The new release date seems to be more and more real. Yes, it definitely is more real. It's on buses, it's on billboards, it's even in Times Square. Cyberpunk 2077 will release on 10th of December with no more delays. Don't get me wrong, anything can happen, but for it to be advertised like this, it's official. 10th of December is going to happen. Guys, this is in Poland. This has been found in many areas, many places around the world, with the official release date of Cyberpunk, 10th of December, which is amazing. So we now know, as players eagerly waiting for Cyberpunk 2077, it will be coming December 10th. So it's official, so I can't wait. It's going to be incredible. I've done a lot of research on the game. I've been watching a lot of other people's YouTube videos releasing on Cyberpunk with many details, great information, and just a whole asset to the game itself. It looks absolutely phenomenal, and I want to do another video just based on details of Cyberpunk, which I will soon. But the details of Cyberpunk, I've never seen such amazing detail to a game ever until this Cyberpunk game. It looks incredible. Everything about the game just drags you in. There was an interview with a Cyberpunk developer, and they was asked a couple of questions. So we're going to get into just one or two, and yeah. So the interviewer said, any significant differences between the PS4 and Xbox One versions of PS5 and Xbox Series X versions? Basically, is there much difference between the two? The developer of Cyberpunk went ahead and said, when the game launches on December 10th, everyone who purchases the Xbox One and PS4 version will be able to play the game on the Series X and PS5, respectively, via backwards compatibility. And as we've announced some time ago, in the future we plan on releasing a free update that will allow the game to take full advantage of the next gen hardware. So basically, we're going to be playing the game Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox One and PS4, and we will then get an update that will basically enhance the game for next gen consoles. That sounds absolutely amazing. One of the biggest things in Cyberpunk 2077 is choice. It is one of the biggest factors that will be happening in Cyberpunk. It is choice. There was an interview, obviously there was questions asked. I won't go over all of them, but this is one of them. Patrick Mills went ahead and said, player choice is important, and indeed, the way you handle quests or side content, even the earlier ones in game, can dramatically change what our main story looks like by the end. With that said, this is a personal story. Mike Pondsmith has an adage about Cyberpunk. In Cyberpunk, you can't save the world, you can only save yourself. Now, we've had many games in the past where, depending on the choices you make during the storyline, can completely change the story when it comes to the end of that game. Now, this game, Cyberpunk 2077, seems like it's going to be changing the story mission by mission, choice by choice. You know, there will be games in the past where you can just make one decision and it will change the entire game to the end, which sounds about right. But when it comes to Cyberpunk, when you make a choice, it's going to change what happens in the very next mission. If you was to go back on yourself, make a different choice, something else will happen in the next mission. And it doesn't seem like there will be just 2-3 options of different choices. It seems to me that there is going to be many choices, and to be honest, it's kind of a good thing because it just gives us players more game time playing the story of Cyberpunk in so many different ways and however we like, to be honest. And player choice, that speaks for itself as well. That's what is basically going to extend the game for such a long time for us to just really enjoy it for many hours, many days, many weeks and many months. And there are 3 choices, well, there are 3 play styles you can choose when you start off in Cyberpunk 2077, and all 3 choices are very different to each other. You know, you've got one that's based on like the suburbs, starting off, you know, a rough style life. But then you have another choice where you can start off looking on the rich side of life, and yeah, and so on. And you know, it's so different to each other when it comes to the choices. So you think about it, guys, you know, we're choosing our play styles. That's gonna, you know, depending on the play style you choose, the game is going to be very different compared to the other play styles that we can choose. And if you really think about that, that's insane. But then, you know, there's the choices you can make with the different play styles you choose. But then we've got to make choices through the story mode itself that can also change a lot. So it's a very complex game, and yeah, it just speaks for itself. You know, there's going to be so much to this game. We're going to be kept busy with the game. Plus, with future updates coming to the game, it's going to be amazing. It really is. Comment down below, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video and in general of Cyberpunk 2077 so far, and what you think about the delays we've had on Cyberpunk as well. But no more delays, thank God, I suppose. But thanks for your time, guys, for tuning in. Drop a like on the video if you don't mind. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you are new, definitely turn on post notifications. I'm SG, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Wall we neutralized. If the Voodoo Boys breach the black wall, we'll all be fucked.
Voodoo Boys.